Winx Club wasn't just a fairy cartoon we watched, it was a whole different universe. It was broadcast in over 100 countries and generating millions of dollars, but what happened to them now? Why have they changed so much and why did they start using AI? I explain of that, but first let's start from the very beginning. Actually, everything started in 1999 with the Magic Bloom pilot. Back then the story was much darker and even the characters had different names. The creator of Winx Club, spent a year working on Winx at Rainbow and invested 100,000 euros into the project. However, test audience didn't like it, so he decided to start over. He changed the characters' names, abandoned office dark atmosphere, and redesigned the characters to be more fashionable. Then, in 2004, the version of Winx Club that we know today was finally released. From the moment Winx Club was released, it entered its golden age. We were all glued to our screens watching it for hours. Bloom's story with Daphne, the girls' battles against the tricks, transformations, everything was amazing. After this first season became a success, the show started airing in more and more countries. However, one of the biggest goals was to break into the American market. But after entering the USA market, things began to change. Names were changed, the storyline was altered, and some parts were even censored. At the time, these changes seemed minor, but they will become much bigger in the future. In 2004, they partnered with Mattel to produce Winx dolls, and they started making a huge amount of money. The franchise was growing rapidly and becoming a global success. Winx Club was actually meant to end with the season 3 final and its movie. However, because the franchise was so successful and generated so much money, the creators decided to continue it. As the series went on, new writers joined the team, and because of that, some of the characters' original abilities and even part of their personality started to disappear. It often felt as if certain past events had never happened at all. But the biggest change began after Nickelodeon acquired a 62 million euro stake in Rainbow. We start seeing the effects of this in season 5. They changed the animation style by using puppet animation techniques, made the characters more feminine. They tried out storylines and gradually reduced the characters' individuality. If you notice, after Weeks, almost all of the transformations start to look the same. The only real difference was the color scheme. Everyone had very similar designs, just in different colors. Later, World of Winx was released on Netflix. The characters' designs in World of Winx were quite different from those in the original series. The characters look older and more mature. In this show, the Winx weren't students anymore. They were more like secret agent. It was also a completely separate series from the main Winx storyline. In my opinion, it wasn't bad, but it didn't become very popular after its release. As a result, the series was cancelled after its second season. The partnership between Nickelodeon and Rainbow for Winx ended after season 7. At the time, many fans were happy because they thought that with Nickelodeon gone, the show would start appealing to an older audience again. However, when season 8 was released, it turned out to be a huge disappointment. The art style had changed completely, the characters look much younger, almost childlike, and their outfits honestly look like something a 5-year-old would wear. At the same time, some fan-favorite transformation returned, such as Enchantix and Sirenix. One of the biggest issues in this season was the whitewashing. Flora and Asia's skin tones were noticeably lightened. It was really bad and they look so weird. Season 8 became one of the most disliked seasons of Winx Club. The creator of Winx, later admitted that changing the art style was a mistake and something he regretted. Personally, I watched every season except season 8 because the animation didn't feel like Winx Club to me. It felt completely different and I really didn't like it. That said, many people who actually watch season 8 say that the story is surprisingly good. Some have even claim it's much better than season 7. I can't really comment on that though because I never watched it myself. After season 8, Winx stopped for a long time and nothing was released. Since there were no new episodes, people started rewatch the old ones, and the series even went viral again. Later, they announced that season 9 was coming, but after a while, they changed their decision and chose to do a reboot instead. This decision wasn't liked by some people, but in my opinion, it was actually a good opportunity to make Winx more modern and more suitable for a younger audience. When they shared the new versions of the characters, fans noticed something. Winx was clearly using AI. Even though Rainbow and initially denied it, it was very very obvious that they were using it. After a while, they even started using AI in advertisements, and honestly, it was a scary thought. Your company worth of millions of dollars and you're making one of the most famous cartoons in the world, yet you're using AI. It's really unbelievable. When the reboot came out, it was a disappointment for fans. The story felt like summer of season 1. Everything happens very quickly. Bloom is basically at alpha within the first 5 minutes of the first episode. And here, the whole story is still focused mainly on Bloom. Yes, I know it was always like that, but not this much. We would have liked to see more about Musa, Stella, and Isha. Also, they completely ruined Tekno's character. The real Tekno was afraid of becoming robotic or losing her humanity, but they literally turned her into everything she feared most. So, what do you think? Can Winx be saved and return to its old prime era when it was both widely watched and loved? My answer is probably no, but I hope it can be fixed. Don't forget to write your thoughts about the video. Love you, bye.